what are some of the tips, kind of along the lines of that for people that are looking to maybe start a podcast or a radio show? What are some of those tips you can give them?
Yeah, the first tip I always give everybody is the show's not about you, it's about them. You want to say, in the sports terminology, you want to tee them up with as many home runs as they can get. Give them good questions so they will hit it and nail it and shine on stage. It's the best feeling to see them know, I got that one. Never ask questions that are off the table. If you do a pre-conversation, a pre-questionnaire, and they say this is off the table, as a journalist, do not violate that. I know people love to twist the knife and play the game, but never do that in an interview. I would advise you totally against that. And really, the other thing is to have fun. Let the guests know this is not 60 minutes. This is going to be a fun interview.
Yeah.
It will go by faster than you ever imagined.
It does. It really does.
And then finally, the final point would be listen more than you speak.
Yeah. Yeah. And that sometimes is hard for people. And that's great advice. And I want to give a shout out because one of my very dear friends is in Tanzania. And she, Safari K, we want to give you a shout out. Thank you for watching. She's an awesome person. I've known her for many, many years. And if anybody wants to take a African safari, you want to definitely check in with Kay for Tanzania. Yes.
Me.
Yes. And she, oh my gosh, she does the most amazing trips. Follow her too on Instagram. She's got a lot of live action. But back to you, Rich. Let's talk a little bit about those backgrounds because we did experiment with them earlier. And I want to kind of show our audience and tell us about that little tip that you had, because I know I've got my swivel chair in the back and people were telling me, a couple of people said, get rid of that chair. And I have a green screen, but I don't use it. And I need to start using it. So share with us those tips.
Yeah, so green screens are wonderful. And to me, this is an environment. I coach 5 E's of rocking the virtual stage, and environment is one. This lets me know I'm on camera. It lets me know I'm on stage. And it transformed my room, my studio, into any place I wanted to be. It also, by the way, if you're going on the road, no one knows you left your studio.
Yeah, that's true, right? As long as you have your green screen.
And I actually have a fabric that I take with me. I pin it on walls when I go. So mine has my brand, my name of my company. People know a little bit about who I am. The QR code will take you directly to my cell phone, and it will help you know other contact information, my website, my Instagram, my Facebook. So you right now, if you scan that, it will go right to my card, and you will learn more about me, have follow-up. So this is prime real estate here. You can literally advertise and promote yourself because 70% of what we communicate, Shelley, is nonverbal.
Yeah.
Why not use the real estate you got?
That's right. That's right. And like, for example, with your background, the live show is going to be, it's feeding right now, but really it's going to continue where people could still take a copy or a picture, I should say, of the QR code so they can still connect with you.
Yeah,
right? Because it's going to be out there.
Replays that. So anyone that watches this on replay, I'll still get connections.
Exactly.
So take full advantage of the long play in this too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you are coming to us from Washington, D.C., right?
Yeah.
And so what are the fun things that are happening in Washington, D.C. these days?
Oh, wow. We just had, the flowers blooming. The blossoms, the Cherry Blossom Festival is massive out here. People are going back to see baseball, hockey. And there's just sports is a big thing. So it's a great city for me as a sports fanatic to hang out. Plus, Baltimore is just 45 minutes away. So if the Nats are not doing well, I can go up and watch Baltimore. So it's a great, but also it is a global stage here. This is one of the epicenters of the entire world. So it's great as a journalist to be here to watch and hear what's going on right in the backyard.
Yeah. Gosh, that, I love all of the different things that you do. And, you have your media, you've got, just the different services that you provide for speakers, for authors. Let's talk a little bit about that now. Sure. And, maybe share with our audience how you help them. And I know, there is a cost to do it, but when you told me the cost, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so affordable. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, media skills is what I'm really about. I am into helping make you more media savvy. So I do coach you on presentation. During the pandemic, I was coaching all virtual, like learning how to pop off the Zoom card, how to look professional, where to look at the microphone, how to
Yeah.
do hand gestures properly, because you can't do stuff like this anymore. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It
So,
is TV stage skills you need to learn. So I do a lot of that for CEOs, executives, startup businesses that are trying to do their webinars or seminars. There's
yeah.
something to be done here on what I call the virtual stage. I'm doing hybrid events now where I'll actually produce, co-host, or actually show run with them,
Yeah.
part virtual, part in person. And the hybrid is a great way to go right now. We're still uncertain of COVID and regulations and travel expenses are going up. Do not abandon this virtual space. Go with hybrid, but I coach on how to
Mhm.
make it more interactive. How do you bring your virtual crowd in touch with your in-person crowd and vice versa? There's a lot of creative ways
Yeah.
to do it. And then finally, I'm back out in person. And learning
Oh.
stage interaction is huge. How do you break the glass with your audience to pull them into your presentation? How do you
Mhm.
make them feel the emotion? How do you use your voice and use a story and get high and get low, but still maintain control of your voice? And what I call talk about everybody is takeoff and landing. The beginning of your speech, the end of your speech are the
Mhm.
most important because airplanes crash more often when they take off and when they're landing. When they're up in flight,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
speeches are the same way. If you don't have a great
They truly
takeoff,
are.
you'll lose them.
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
nail it and land it, they don't care.